What is going on, comic book community? Welcome to the episode of Josh's Comics. Today I have a massive haul. Every single book you're going to see is a key. Not only the keys from mid, but all the way up to high keys. I also managed to pick up 3 personal grails. I can't wait to show you guys. So stay tuned to find out what I picked up on this next episode of Josh's Comics. So welcome back, guys. Like I said, massive haul, all keys, 3 big grails. I can't wait to show you. Before I get into it, let me just say a few things. Shout out to Joe, aka 360 Comics. Every single book that you see here I bought from him, except for one book, which I will mention later, is from Pope of Chillytown. Those guys have been helping me complete some personal grails and PC books that I've been wanting for a while. Shout out to both of them. Second thing, if you guys don't mind and if you like the content, please hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you guys think about these great books. But yeah, guys, let's jump into the haul. It's a big one, really good one. Starting off, we have here Justice League Dark #1 from the New 52. I'll be honest, I got this based off of speculation right now. I'm willing to bet that with the DCU, and some of these books are based off speculation, I feel like James Gunn will probably end up doing some kind of a Justice League Dark film. And I think there was one rumored, and then it got pushed back or something like that. But expect to see one in the future for sure, I think. I think the New 52 run, you know, I did enjoy it. I read some of the New Justice League. I haven't read it all, or Dark Justice League of New 52, but I enjoyed it, and I think it's a great pickup. Moving on, we have Vigilante #36, a nice high-grade copy. And this is actually a nice little key. This is the first time that Vigilante and Peacemaker meet each other. Sorry about the glare, guys. It's the first time they end up meeting each other, and as we already know, in the Peacemaker show, Vigilante and Peacemaker have already met. I'm sure Vigilante, from what I heard, I think James Gunn hinted that he will be showing up sooner before Peacemaker Season 2, which, by the way, if you haven't seen Season 1, I really enjoyed it. And I know everybody is either hating on James or, you know, giving him hope. I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed the Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker I wasn't sure of, but the intro for that movie, or for that show, got me hooked, and then the whole show, I ended up really enjoying at the end, so I'm looking forward to Season 2, and happy to add this nice little copy, or key copy, to the PC. Moving on, another great book. I am a big Batman, the animated series fan. I grew up with that. And when Joe had this for sale, he picked up in the collection. Before he even could get it sold, I messaged him, said I wanted that. This is Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, the official comics adaptation of the movie. Great cover too. Now, not to be confused with Batman Beyond #1, but this is because technically you have the film here, The Return of the Joker, and then you have Batman Beyond #1, the series. So, had to pick this up. It's not high grade, but still it's a great copy, and I wanted this for the PC. I think it's, you know, amazing cover. Batman Beyond, another character that I would like to see in live action. We supposedly, if The Flash did well, we were going to get a Michael Keaton Batman Beyond movie. The Flash did not do well at all, so it looks like that's going to be scraped, but maybe we'll see in the future, later down the road. I would like to see Batman Beyond a live action, and I would love to see Michael Keaton as the Bruce Wayne training Terry McGinnis. I think it makes sense, so we'll have to see if that happens. Here we have Wonder Woman issue #7. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first cameo appearance of the new Cheetah, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, or it might be a first appearance of one of her supporting characters for Wonder Woman. drawing a blank on it. Let me know in the comments below, though. Still, a great Wonder Woman cover by George Perez. And George actually, in his... he brought Wonder Woman back. He did great things with the character and added new supporting characters to the lore, made things better. And I don't think Wonder Woman would be where it's at today if it wasn't for George. Moving on, this is a nice hot book, which I'm surprised it's not as hot as it should be, in my opinion. This is Spider-Man #1. This is actually the first meeting between Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Knowing that Miles is probably going to end up showing up in the MCU. Spider-Verse is pretty hot right now too. But surprisingly, this key is not... It seems like it's an underrated and undervalued key for right now. So I went ahead, picked that up. I do love me some Spider-Man, and Peter Parker is my Spider-Man. But Miles, you know, I could see in the future the MCU the torch being passed. So for sure, I thought it was a great pickup. Moving on, we have a Batman Detective Comics issue number 476. Now, this is what I'm going to show you. This cover, great. The sign of the Joker. The previous book, 475, is a laughing joke, but I picked this up, and actually a dual combination. Not only did I get this one, but I also did get 475, known as Laughing Fish. One of the better, in my opinion, greater Joker covers. See, he's got two fish that have the Joker face on it. And these two books go hand in hand. Got these for a great deal. The Laughing Fish cover, I mean, one of, like I said, the best Joker covers out there. I really love that cover. Extremely happy to add these to the PC. And I'm actually going to be doing a future video on my top 10 favorite Joker covers in my collection. So look out for that. Moving on, I could not pass this one up either. Any older Joker covers I tend to go towards and grab, especially older World's Finest as well. Speaking of World's Finest and Joker cover, this is issue number 156. Great Joker behind bars. I know there's a key significance behind this, I believe. Actually, there it is. It says it right there at the top. It's the first Bizarro Batman. Obviously, Bizarro Superman came first, and then they decided, hey, let's do it to Batman. I'm sure there's been Bizarro of a few other characters, but nice World's Finest pickup. Lower grade, but I'm happy to have it. So these next couple of books, Joe came across a Batman collection, issue number 200 all the way up to issue 300, which is the whole, almost basically Neil Adams run of Batman. And Neil Adams brought some amazing characters to life. Really did. And this first book I'm going to show you is Batman issue number 243. This is actually a first appearance of the Lazarus Pit. So Ra's al Ghul, of course. And these couple of books are lower grade, but I'm happy to have them to the PC. I can always upgrade in the future. But yeah, the first Lazarus Pit, which to me is nice little key significance to have in the Batman collection. It's an important part of his lore, his history. And with Damian Wayne popping up in the DCU eventually, now that we know, I kind of would like to think that League of Shadows, Ra's al Ghul, Tyra will all be there. Moving on, I have Batman issue number 242. Which is actually a nice little key. This is in better copy. This is a better grade copy than the 242 and the next book I'm going to show you. But this is when his first appearance as Matches Malone, or Malone Matches, I believe it is. It's Bruce Wayne's like criminal alter ego, which is pretty cool. And you see that in the animated show. That's why it's a great pickup. And then the last one I have. This is probably the lowest out of the bunch, but this is issue number 291. Just wanted to have it because I think it's a great Rogue Gallery appearance. And it's kind of actually funny because the animated Batman animated show has a episode where all of his villains and they were talking about how they almost captured or killed Batman, and I think that takes inspiration from this. I believe this is actually the third appearance of Mr. Freeze as well, and it is just really a great cover with his rogues. Interesting to note that Lex Luthor is actually on the cover. Lex obviously being more of a Superman rogue, but I guess in the younger days you could say from World's Finest he was also a bit of a Batman rogue villain. But of course we all know Lex is more on the Superman side. Moving on, this is definitely a spec book, but this is a really nice book too. This is Static #1, and this is actually a variant. And in my opinion, and I know Joe and a few other people tend to like this variant cover better than the actual cover. I think this is the better cover out of it. And actually, you know, as a variant cover, it does tend to sell quite a bit more. James Gunn, I believe, was asked about Static coming into the DCU a little bit ago, and I believe he either... I don't think he came out directly and said yes, but he did say that... there's a good possibility. So I think it's a good spec book to have in issue #1. And, you know, hey, we'll see what happens in the future, right? Moving on, always collecting some X-Men. X-Men number 282. This is actually a second print due to the gold background. But this is the first... it's a cameo and also the first cover appearance of Bishop. And then in X-Men 283, which I have, is his first full appearance. And yeah, it's just a great cover. Second edition, since the second print tends to sell a bit more, actually. Surprising. You know, some do. Some second prints do. Some don't. But it is what it is. I am specking, and I think a lot of people are too, that eventually when X-Men show up, Bishop, I think, is a strong contender to show up. I would like to see him, and he's one of the more core characters, in my opinion, and I hope he does. Moving on to the only book that did not come from 360 Comics. This came from Mike Pope at Chillytown. This is Justice League of America, issue number 51. It is a first Silver Age Zatanna, and I am very happy to pick this up. If you've been watching recently on my channel, I've been picking up some of her books, some keys on her. Another speculation on my part is that she's going to be a big part of the future of the DCU going forward. I heard rumors there's going to be a solo movie for her, or a show possibly. We'll have to wait and see. Her first Silver Age appearance, and it's from the early Justice League. Could not pass this up, even though I could probably hardly afford it. I had to get it. And shout out to Mike Pope of Chillytown. Great cover. Her first Silver Age. And I tend to, on this channel, as you guys know, lower grade is better than no grade, I always say. And I work on a budget, so I always try to keep my books first Silver Age appearances if I can. Although some Silver Age appearances are pretty pricey as it is, but... So great pickup there. Love that, you know, not as her first Silver Age appearance, but she's nice and big right there on the cover. Great pickup. Moving on, I'm working on the Batman Rogues Gallery, and I managed to pick up a few books recently to knock off that list, and this one is a nice one to add to the Rogues Gallery. I'll have to update that video probably before the end of the year, honestly, but Batman issue number 386. First appearance of Black Mask. Some people don't like this cover just because it's just Batman and the Black Mask. I tend to like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like the mask and then in the background how the art pops out. In my opinion, I think it's really great. And I love how it says, crazier than the Joker, deadlier than Ra's al Ghul, introducing a villain for the 80s, Black Mask. I feel like Black Mask is more of an underrated, and this is probably more of an underrated valued key in my opinion too, but he appeared in the Birds of Prey movie, killed off kind of quick. We'll have to see what happens in the future, but he's one of those characters that I feel like doesn't get enough love and attention as a rogue villain, but I was still happy to add this to the PC. moving on to a really huge book. I picked up Batman 656, which was the first full appearance of Damian Wayne from Mike Pope of Shirleytown at Backed at Comic Fest a few months ago. But boom, I finally picked up Batman 655, first cameo appearance. Now that I have those both, you can bet and believe I'm sending those in on probably my first CGC submission of 2023, which will probably be next month or two. I am stoked to have this high grade, like, when I mean near mint, I mean near mint, guys. Extremely happy to add this. We know Damian, like I said before in the video, Damian's coming. We know that. Fun little story. I saw a copy. They had like one spine tick, but still, so it was like probably a 9.4, 9.6 candidate. I saw a copy of it at my local LCS for $30, and this was like a week after the announcement of Damian. And then I went back a week later, not the week, but a couple days later. I said, I'll probably pick it up. Why not? Not thinking anything about it. A couple days later, that and whatever other issues surrounded Damian were completely gone. So, extremely happy to add this. So, moving on, guys, we only have 3 more books. So, this is what's going to happen. These 3 books are not only Grail books for me in my copy. 2 of these books were actually on my top 5 DC and top 5 Marvel Grails I wanted to pick up for the collection this year. I knocked off 1 of each. 1 Marvel and 1 DC Grail. And the last Grail is a book that I never thought I would own until many years later down the road because of money and how expensive it is. But let's get into the first book. And this is actually a CGC slab. It is an 8.0 of DC Comics Presents number 26. First full appearance. First appearance of the new Teen Titans in preview. First official appearance, or not official, but first appearance of Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. And this is actually them right here. And a lot of people surprisingly don't like this cover all that much, even though it's their first full appearances for those 3 characters, due to the fact that they're really, other than right here, are not on the cover. I'm okay with the cover. It's got Green Lantern and Superman. Yeah, it could have been a little better, but this is actually, in my opinion, right now, another undervalued, underrated key. I got this book and the next books you're going to see. Both were for $200 each. Joe gave them both to me for $360. He gave me a bit of a discount, so I got a bundle on these 2 books. Guys, I am stoked to add this. An 8.0, in my opinion, for a book like this. I'm happy. Sure, would I love a 9.8? Absolutely, but I'm extremely happy to add this to the PC. I'm going to put this over here. The second to last big book I picked up. And that was one of the books that was on my top 5 Grails on the DC side. So now we're going to go to the top 5 Marvel side. This is a big, big book. This has multiple first appearances, but it's mostly probably known for 2 big appearances. First appearance of Drax the Destroyer and first full appearance of Thronos. That's right. Iron Man issue number 55. Now, this book is definitely got some love, had some love to it. This is estimated to be about a 2.5. I would probably agree between. I would say to be expectations, I'd probably say 2.0. But I tell you this, guys, if you go on eBay right now, you will find 2.0s, 2.5 copies of CGC slabs selling well over $400. I got this originally. Joe was selling this for $200 and that for $200. I got both the DC Comic Presents and this for $360. I got one hell of a deal on this. So shout out to Joe for giving that to me. 2 big Grails. Definitely sending this in eventually. And the funny thing is, the video dropped on a Thursday, and then that Friday, 24 hours later, I picked up these books from him, and he had them for sale, and it was a crazy moment. So, extremely happy to have those 2 big boys off of the Grail list. believe I have them, but there's another big book that I can't believe I have right now. This is another Rogue Gallery first appearance, one of the bigger ones. Something, like I said, I didn't think for a long time I was going to have. So, remember earlier I told you that Joe came across a collection of Batman 200 to 300? Had every single issue. There were two books I really wanted out of. The first one being First Ra's al Ghul, the 225. No, my bad. 232, my bad. And then I was thinking about getting the 251 Joker cover in the 227, which is classic homage to Detective Comics 10, I believe. And you already know out of those three, there's only one first Rogue Gallery appearance out of that. I give you guys, and this is really great, nice copy, Batman and Robin, issue number 232. First Ra's al Ghul. Look at that. And guys, I mean, this thing, I know the glare is really bad, but I talked to Joe, and he called me up the night he picked up this collection, because I'm like the biggest Batman guy he knows. Well, one of the biggest. And we were talking, and he said he had 232, and I'm thinking it's gonna probably be lower grade, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay, because lower grade sells like 4 O's right now sell for over $600 at least. Buy it now on eBay. If you get into an auction, you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. But man, these things sell for pricey. Joe picked up a copy last year, I believe, a 7.0. So he didn't need this. He gave me a steal of a deal on this. Honestly. And I asked him, I said, what grade do you think this is in? Because, I try to, look at stuff and decide. He thinks this is between a 6.0 to a 6.5. I'm telling you this right now, and I'm newer to grading, and I have to believe, honestly, that he's kind of on the money with this. But I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling. And he even said, this could potentially get a 7.0. I mean, it's that close. It's really, a really sharp copy. I'm feeling it might be more than a 7.0. So we're going to have to wait and see, because I'm sending out a huge batch of Rogue Gallery, Silver Age, first appearances. I can't wait for that. And I already told him, if this comes back higher than a 7.0, I'm gonna have to do something nice for him and give it and play it back to him, because he gave me a great steal on this. I know I told you guys the other pricing for those books. I want to kind of keep this one to myself, but he gave me a great deal. Wait, you wouldn't find this copy for the price he gave me at all. I promise you that. So shout out to Joe, brother. You're killing me. You're killing my wallet, but you're making my collection amazing, and I love it. Guys, I can't believe I'm actually owning this in my hands right now. I never thought I would have this. Like, again, so if you look at the Rogue Gallery, you get that bit of an update. The other big books that I need now in the Rogue Gallery are Batman 121, First Mr. Freeze. That's going to probably be the longest. It's going to take me the longest to get that, because that's at least $1,000, $2,000 book. Then I'm looking at Batman 171, first Silver Age appearance of Riddler, and then I'm looking at Batman 181, first Poison Ivy. And I think once I have those three, those are kind of like the main big rogues are pretty much off. Like, I pretty much have the first Silver Age appearances. I know Golden Age appearances are technically the first ever appearance of them. Maybe one day down the road I can afford it. But guys, again, let me know what you thought. I know I'm rambling on. This is a bit of a long video. I'm sorry, but this is a massive haul. I didn't want to break it down into 2 sections. I want to do the whole thing. Again, hit that like button if you love the content. Please subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these books, guys. This is a massive haul. I can't believe I own these books. Even this book right here, excuse me. And again, shout out to Joe 360 Comics and also Pope of Chillytown Mike. You guys are just amazing to me and the community and helping people out. And so guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you guys on the next episode of Josh's Comics.